Hi guys, I'm Shakun and I'm the founder of Tickle.life. So we are back here on the special edition for sextech.eu with somebody really amazing, and I'm a big fan of that person. She's the founder of Lustery. Paulita, please tell me about you.
Hi,
Like, who is Paulita?
thank you so much. So yeah, I'm a producer and I've been working in the porn industry for over 10 years. And we founded Lustery 4 years ago at the end of 2016. And we found it as a platform for all couples around the world to showcase their sexuality just the way that they like to enjoy it in the privacy of their own bedrooms.
Lovely. And how did you start? This sounds like such an unusual topic because I do know that a lot of couples, they do discuss that, hey, you know what, we should make a porn. It'll be interesting. So thinking of something which is a fantasy and developing it into business sounds really interesting to me.
Absolutely. And I think it's been such an interesting journey because where I started from was that I was working myself as a performer in porn. And I felt in this category of amateur porn, which often is more like companies trying to present an image of what maybe like some people would think is authentic. But of course, everyone's sexuality is different. So
Yeah.
a lot of the times, this amateur porn is basically not. It's not really authentic, as it is not really portraying the kind of sex that the people that are in their porn would like to have or have in their private lives. So my question was like, how do I capture people's real sex lives without it being like a performance for the camera, but trying to be as close as possible, just as really like the sex that people are having. And that's how we started. We said like, okay, if we take real couples that have a relationship with each other and let them be alone on their own, on the privacy of their own homes, on the comfort of their own bedrooms, and let them record the videos, then we're creating like an archive of feelings, relationships, and sex and love.
Lovely. Wasn't it difficult?
At the beginning, yes, a little bit, because we started a lot with word of mouth and searching for couples like, all over the place. But it's, as an adult company, it's hard to reach your audiences and your collaborators. So at the beginning, it was a little difficult, but now with the years, it has become like a very organic thing that a lot of couples now come to us and want to be part of Lustery.
Are couples scared that, their videos will be, will be misused by other people, or their family or friends would get to see it? Have you ever encountered those concerns?
Absolutely. We encounter regularly couples that express those concerns. I have a very clear policy around that. I think if you are scared or have reason to be scared for like maybe someone, as you say, of your family, of your work, to see these videos, and if you think this might have really bad personal consequences in your life, I think you shouldn't do it. I'm very clear there because unfortunately, and I wish, and I'm working for the world to change around this, but I think now as the world is today, there's a lot of stigma surrounding like open sexuality. And the thing we do everything in our hands to stop piracy. And we want Lustery to be like a safer space for people to share their videos, and they know, okay, it's going to be in this platform. It looks this way, it looks nice. It's like together with other videos, also from other couples, and I know what the content is going to be in this platform, and then there's no commercials, there's no weird like pop-ups or ads or something, it's going to be in this beautiful space. But piracy is all over the place. And it's not a question of like, if my video gets pirated, it's like my video is going to get pirated. And as much as we do, we cannot promise like 100% your video is not going to end up somewhere, and we can't help it. So I say like, you need to be aware of this. And when you take the decision, you need to stand behind it. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it, being aware of the consequences, and still I want to be part of this movement.
And you still get people, because if I talk about myself, I would be very scared to do this. So have you had people who would come, who would say, yeah, let's do it, and then they would back out?
Yes, we have sometimes people, and to be honest, like as I said, like I'm very strict. If I feel couples are hesitant and they're like, yeah, we want to do this, but we're still a little scared, I tell them, well, you know what? Don't do it now. Take your time. Think about it. There's no rush. I think this is a decision, again, like I want to make people aware that it is an important decision, and you should not take it lightly. And if you have second thoughts, or if you say like, okay, I'm really scared, I'm like, you know what? Do the video for yourselves. Just share it for yourselves. Don't put it up on the internet, and then see how that feels, and take a time to think about it. Talk to maybe some other friends on your, find people around, see what their reactions would be. Like, put the topic out there. you know, see, and if you feel like, okay, I'm not going to be able to handle this, like if my family would find out, like, you know, like this would be catastrophic for me, like my life would be over, I'm like, okay, then don't do it. You know, I tell them, then don't do it, take your time, really think about this, and come back to me if you really have thought this through and you're like, okay, I want to do this, I don't care, like the consequences are fine with me, I can deal with them, this is still so important that I still want to do this.
Lovely. So one more thing. So if a person is on Lustery, would that person get to see videos by different couples, or like one couple would also have multiple videos?
So all of it. If you're a couple on Lustery, you get access to whole Lustery. So of course you can watch the complete library, and that's the idea of the community, that you're sharing your video, but also with other couples, and they're sharing their videos. So it's like, you know, you can also comment on each other and be like, oh my god, I love this video, whatever. So it's really like we really try to foster this community feeling, so that you don't feel alone and you feel like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, we're celebrating sexuality in its fullest like diversity. Yeah, but also like each couple can also put up like more videos of themselves, not only one.
Oh, great. So what has been your biggest learning?
Oof, good question. What has been I've learned that a lot of people from really different backgrounds and really different, like, you know, life realities and like they still are they can be sexually curious. And you know, and it, like, however you live your life, if you're married with kids or you're single forever, or like, I don't know, whatever, like whatever, however you're living your life, there is, I think, a lot of people, more than are ready to admit it, maybe they have like a curiosity for sex and they want to be freer than they are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel like they're restrained and constrained by by those kinds of things of like, what will my mother think, or what would my neighbor think, or like, you know, whoever. And I think people would be happier if they had more choices. I'm not saying everyone should do this, because this is not for everyone, but I'm saying people would be happier if they had the choice and could decide for themselves how to live their sexuality in a way that is fulfilling for them and freeing.
Lovely. And what has been one of the biggest eye opener? And I'm like, oh my god, why, or you know, what I really evaluated or visualized, this is not it.
Also a good question. I think also like how diverse how different sexuality can be for two people. Like, you know, we have couples, they have like the way they express sexuality with each other, or they live sexuality with each other, can be so different. And I've learned stuff that I didn't know, both like sexual practices, and I'm like, oh, what is that? You can do that. But also like in the way they relate and in the way they communicate to each other and they grow with each other sexually. Like I've been like, I cannot tell you like one thing, but I feel like in these years, like, because I've been talking a lot to these couples and stuff, right? And I've been just learning like, yeah, how big sexuality is and how like different it can look. And it's like so enriching for my own life. There's a lot of things that I've learned in terms of like communication and things that I can try out and talk with my partners and try out with my partners that have like enriched my life.
Lovely. So suppose if somebody wants to participate or somebody wants to send the videos, what do they need to do?
So they need to go to lustery.com/apply, and then they can fill in the submit form where they write like their names and send a couple of pictures, and then we will review their application and get in touch with them and help them, support them with the technicalities of shooting their video. So we'll help them with like choosing the right camera and like, you know, choosing the right moment to shoot your video and all of this, so that their video looks the best possible.
And they can do it like anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, completely free. Yeah, everything is remote, so it's perfect for for a pandemic.
Lovely. And if I want to subscribe and I want to watch all those videos, then what do I need to do?
Just go to lustery.com and just create a membership, and then you can create a free membership to take a sneak peek and see around, and then to have access to the whole library you can get a premium membership when you can then have access to all of our library, which is now already more than 300 videos.
Oh, wow. So if you do not know, the reason why we are talking is because we both are going to be at sextech.eu. So I just thought we should talk a bit about them as well. What would you be doing at sextech.eu in Berlin this year?
So I'm really excited to be participating in Sextech EU. because I think there's a lot of challenges that people in the adult industry and in the sex tech industry face because of stigma and like censorship. So I think it's very important that we connect to each other and unite forces. I'll be part of a panel, so I'll be talking about some topics that we're going to discuss. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to be around and connect with all the people that are going to be there.
Lovely. So, guys, if you're there in Berlin on 20th November 2020, you have to talk to Paulita. And if you're really into creating videos, then you just have to go to Lustery because honestly, these guys are doing amazing work. And I'm so in love with them. Thank you so much, Paulita. And
Thank you
thank
so
you
much. It
guys.
was wonderful.
Bye.
Bye bye.